income and also pervasive living trend from endocrinology. And the title for presentation is ALOX15 Polymorphisms or differentiated association with bone mineral density increase or post-menopausal women or case control study.
Good morning. Today I'm going to present genetic association study of bone mineral density entitled Differential Association of ALOX15 Polymorphisms with bone mineral density in pre- and post-menopausal women. According to the definition by World Health Organization, osteoporosis is defined as a skeletal disorder characterized by low bone strength and increasing bone fragility that predisposes a person to increased fracture risk. Among the one of the widely used predictors of fracture risk, bone mineral density is greatly genetically determined. By using positional cloning approach, ALOX15 has been identified as an important candidate gene for bone mass regulation. In the knockout mice, the knockout mice showed an increase in bone mineral density. However, in a year earlier, another study has demonstrated overexpression of ALOX15 transgene protects against neutrophil-mediated bone loss in transgenic rabbit, which suggests that the metabolite or ALOX15 may be a positive regulator of bone mass. Despite of using different animal models and also the study design, we were wondering whether ALOX15 itself would have a differential role in BMD regulation. Since the interspecies variation, we can assure whether the observation can be observed in human population. And then two association study was done in human population, first in Japanese and the second is in Caucasian. In the Japanese study, one SNP in 5' UTR was found which associated with whole BMD and also number 5 BMD variation. However, this observation cannot be replicated in Caucasian population. Rather, a SNP located in intron 1 was marginally associated with femoral neck BMD. In addition to the genetic association study, a recent genome-wide scan meta-analysis suggests that ALOX15 may be a good candidate in the chromosomal region 70p12 to Q21. And therefore, we are tended to systematically study the relation of ALOX15 SNP and haplotype with number 5 and femoral neck BMD in a homogeneous population of Chinese women. Therefore, we adopted the threshold-defined case control design with 944 Chinese women, with 324 premenopausal women, and 680 postmenopausal women. We arbitrarily defined the case by having a BMD set score lower or equal to -1.28, and the control was having BMD set score larger or equal to +1. And then we searched through several databases by using the aggressive algorithm with the R-squared threshold set to be 0.8, with the forced selection of the SNP located in coding region, and also inclusion for this 5' UTR SNP reported in Japanese study for replication purpose. This figure shows you the SNP included in the study. These two SNP were failed to amplify despite using various strategies, and these coding SNP were found to be monomorphic in our population. Eventually, 4 SNPs were included and nullified. Let's look at the analysis of limit spine. There is no association observed in the promoter region. When all subjects were analyzed together, we can see a significant association in the intronic SNP. In subgroup analysis, the untranslated SNP was significantly associated with BMD variation in postmenopausal women. And then we investigate the linkage disequilibrium relationship between these two SNP. The R-squared and D' values suggested that they were in low to moderate LD. For the femoral neck analysis, no association was observed in the promoter and untranslated region SNP. Rather, an interesting association was observed in the intravenous SNP. You can see the minor alias of this SNP is associated with the high BMD in premenopausal women, the low BMD in postmenopausal women. And this finding suggests that ALOX15 itself may have a differential role in BMD regulation. In the next stage, we want to see the interaction of these two SNPs, which previously showed significant association, would enhance the association. And then we also want to see whether incorporation of SNPs in the 5' direction, one by one, would truly enhance or alter the effect of association. And the starting with approach was adopted for this purpose. Several haplotypes were significantly associated with BMD regulation, variation. Also, a similar finding, differential association, was observed in several haplotypes. For example, AA, which is associated with high BMD in premenopausal women, but low BMD in postmenopausal women. A similar finding was also observed for the haplotypes GG and GGG. And the result suggested that the effect of ALOX15 polymorphisms and haplotypes on BMD variation might be menopausal status specific. To our knowledge, a similar observation was also observed in the recent genetic association study of ALOX12, which is in the same family of ALOX15 with the variant ALU of this being associated with low BMD in men and high BMD in women. We have demonstrated the nature of complex disease is under the influence of genetic and environmental interaction. Our findings also highlight the importance of a group analysis. Although sometimes it may lower the power, it is still essential or feasible. And the use of appropriate genetic model and the need for large sample size to achieve adequate power to detect a gene with small effect size. In conclusion, we found that this intravenous SNP is significantly associated with KIT BMD variation with differential effect. Our data suggests that ALOX15 could have a dual role in BMD regulation. In the end, I would like to acknowledge several persons, my supervisors, Professor Andy Kong and Vivian Chan, Professor Pak Sham, and previous supervisor, Dr. Lam, and all the staff and in lab and at the Osteoporosis Center, QF in Queen Mary Hospital. Thank you.
Now the paper opens for discussion.
I can start by asking you, you showed that these 944 women were homogeneous Southern Chinese patients, right? You controlled for dietary intake, socioeconomic status, and also drugs, for example, and also concomitant medical conditions. Yeah,
first we have excluded all the subjects with taking the drug which we know affecting the bone metabolism. And also we have adjusted several parameters or covariates in our analysis in order to reduce the effect of covariation.
Do you know how is the ALOX15 regulated? Is by some sex hormone like estrogen and or something regulator?
There is some paper suggested that the ALOX15 may interact with the estrogen. But so far, we do not, there is no any propagation about how the interaction of estrogen with ALOX15 and may affect the BMD variation for metabolism.
Thank you very much.